guys did a great job. I mean, what a game when you look back on it, and kind of a microcosm of who we are as a group. You know, that when they hit that shot, there was, I think everybody on our bench had that moment of, well, oh no, what an opportunity we missed, you know, as far as deserving to win the game, playing great. I mean, we played that first half, don't know if we've had a better one, and to have to regroup the way we did, to have to change the momentum a couple times the way we did. I don't know if I've been around many teams that could do it, but we did it to a man, and it was really interesting to see because everybody came over, you know, they were acting like they won UNLV, and everybody came over, we just kind of regrouped and like, go win the first possession. And we're like, oh yeah, we haven't lost, we're good. And we went out there, notched at that big three, you know, early to give us that, boom, that feeling of, yeah, we are back in control. And those guys just made big play after big play. That OB that we ran with 3 seconds, what a great play by Coach Duryea. And we moved the pieces around. Max usually doesn't take it out. And when you watch that play, if we wouldn't have Max take it out, we don't execute that because I've never seen this before. He actually jumped to get an angle over, you know, had their big guy on him. And that pass was, you know, Tyson was getting held the whole way in. He caught it like a tight end across the middle and made the shot. And that was probably it wasn't clinched then, but it was a nail. And, you know, it's so cool to coach a group like this. You know, I told them today, they play like a team that deserves to be remembered forever. They don't play just to play basketball. They play to compete. They play with such toughness that whatever obstacle they face, they just find ways. It's amazing. And their responses are amazing, both in the game and both from day to day to day. You know, like the example of maybe the worst rebounding game I've had as a coach to the best rebounding game in a 3-day span with the same guys. They didn't grow, they didn't get bigger and stronger and faster. They just got tougher mentally and they just addressed their problem. So that's a rant about my guys, but it's a special group and we're doing a great job of appreciating every moment together and appreciating another opportunity to go compete. You know, everyone thinks Utah State's going to win tonight. They've already handed them the game, I think, and they're the hottest team in the Mountain West. They're playing great. They're playing for a lot. You know, we all are at this time of year, and our guys are ready to go play.
Given that trip to Logan, you had the game went the way it did, and the travel went the way it did. It seemed like that trip was obviously a rough one.
Oh yeah.
And it was just only a week prior. I mean, how eager are your guys for another shot at them?
Oh, absolutely. Not just because it's them, but just because it's the tournament. You're still alive, and we're in the semis again, and you know that's fun. You're down to 4 teams. You're down to you watch all these games around the nation. You know, as you're looking at. I mean, we're not in much time to watch any of them, but you're looking at the results, and you're like, oh, that team's season's over. That team's season's over. It's that time of year, and these guys don't want it to be over. And that's a powerful thing. And, you know, they got us outnumbered tonight. They got, you know, advantages on us, but our guys are going to show up and play.
What do you think is the greatest challenge in facing them?
Well, they're clicking offensively as good as anybody in the country. I mean, they went on a stretch there. I mean, they were scoring like almost 2 points per possession last night at the start of that game. And, I mean, they're clicking. And there's, you know, they're just so versatile. You know, when you get a bunch of guys like that are unselfish, that are, you know, he's coached them great as far as that, what they have and how they play for their personnel. And they can all shoot, they can all pass, they can all make the right choices. They're all smart players, and they're shot makers, you know. I mean, those guys were trying to stop Funk last night, and Alex, a heck of a defender, he was on him a lot, and he just kept moving back and making harder shots, and that kid's a great player. And I can't remember, refresh me, Nate, on the All-League. Was he left off All-League, Funk?
Or Funk, yes, he was.
That's a travesty. I don't know. I mean, I voted for him. I don't remember exactly where I had him, but that I say it's a travesty, but there's a lot of good players in this league. But he's certainly one of the best. I mean, to do what he did last night, and he's probably got a chip on his shoulder about not getting on All League. But I want him to know I voted for him. So it's true because that kid's. I mean, he's a baller.
Man, what's the turnaround like? I know that we talked to you a couple of weeks ago, and you said that you're not much of a sleeper after games. So, how late were you up last night?
Well, I made a tragic error last night. A little bit of cough medicine, and I actually took the Dayquil when I got into my room. I was like just thinking about the game, and opened up a pack of medicine. And I went, no. I was like, what do I try to like make it come back up, or what do I do? So. Yeah, it was a little later than I wanted it to be, even though we were kind of a little exhausted after last night. But hey, that's this time of year. It's fun. I mean, our guys, they're excited, and we basically have a day and a half before we play because we play so late. So hey, opportunity to compete, opportunity to play basketball again. We love it. And the thing that means a lot to us is, man, when we came out. And it was extra mile south, all those fans there. That meant the world to our guys because, you're playing a road game. You got second in league and you're playing a road game. There's 10 high-level leagues or whatever, 8, 10 high. We're the only one in all those 10 leagues that played a road game. And our guys, all right, let's go, whatever. So what, now what? We'll go do it. But when we came out and saw our crowd there like that, representing Boise State, you want to give them another one. They come all the way down here. They come all the way, to support us. Give them another night. And so we got one more. Let's go, one more. That's it.
You do anything different strategy-wise, considering that the tip-off is at 10 p.m. our local time? These are college kids. They do things after 10, right? Yeah, probably.
That's what I said. Hey, go be a college kid, watch some cartoons this afternoon, and then we'll go party tonight. Let's go.
How do you feel all day today, though? Do you have a meeting? How do you feel till 9 p.m. game?
Yeah, usually it's the absolute worst playing on the road at 9 p.m. But in the tournament, like I said, so what now? We got a lot of details to work out, film to do, time is of the essence. Now, we played these guys less than a week ago, I think. And, so the report and those details are a little bit ahead of and these guys know them. We got basketball junkies. They watched the game last night. They were all in here watching it. So it's not going to be about the scouting report as much as it is about excited to play.
Is it execution? I would imagine they know you well, you know them well.
It's about ballers. Ballers go ball. That's what's fun about these things. It's not over the top on the details. We have our system. They have their system. They're clicking in theirs as good as I've seen them all year, no doubt about it. They haven't had a close game for a while, it seems like, and, against good teams. So they're playing their best basketball at the right time, and we just got to go out and scrap like we do.
Did you get, it's a little revisionist history, but when he hits that shot last night and you kind of see them celebrate and your guys walking back so calmly, did you have any sense of comfort or confidence in that moment?
Well, I do because it's, it was really cool. I got some time with George Karl in Colorado, and, we were talking, I was kind of reflecting with him about his career.
Yeah.
And he goes, Coach, I've watched you guys, trust your team. And it was one of those moments where hey, we've done this before. We're one of those teams that's special that way. And they believe it, they know it, and they are that way. And when you're that way, yeah, sometimes the ball bounces wrong and you got to deal with stuff, and we miss free throws. We could have been to the hotel a half hour earlier if we make some free throws. But it doesn't matter, And the cool thing, too, is we had actually discussed, we had it in our minds, it's going to be weird. And we've never, you're not going to, in this league, you're not winning. Show me one game we won in the first half. You're not going to, as good as we could play. And then the other thing, too, is that, I told the staff that this was important. I'd rather have a 16-point lead with Shaver with 2 fouls than a 20-point lead with Shaver with 3. So at halftime, and so playing that like we did was important, because if we didn't have Shave down at the end of that game, like to do the things that he did, if he would have picked up another foul somehow, some way, carelessly, or they were trying to put him on Harkless to get another foul. I mean, they were coming after him. So, you know, we rolled the dice there, and Jace hit a big shot, I thought, at the end of half, and to keep it at 16 instead of 14. And in the end, it was huge. So, but that's what it goes back to, is the trust I have in these guys and the trust they have in each other, and, you know, the joy they get from overcoming stuff, that's what you truly want as a competitor. Because like I said, there's not many teams that can deal with a momentum shift, deal with the whole stadium going crazy, deal with some player. I mean, they have dudes, you know, he's good, and they're at home, and deal with momentum shifts a bunch of times, huge ones. Momentum is real, and we just kept flipping it, and that's toughness.
When you played Utah State last week, and you mentioned the defense you didn't think was quite up to par, but they were hitting some tough shots, obviously. What in the second half? I mean, I think some people forget you cut it to 5.
Yeah. We did some good stuff in the second half.
Yeah.
You know, but this is a whole different. I mean, that environment and that place, and that, you know, this is a new game, and but like I said, they're playing as good as anybody in the country right now, it seems like, and so we got our hands full. We know that.